Welcome to Main Street Party 4, and today we're riding the safari ride at Animal Kingdom. Let's go!
To all who come to this happy place,
welcome home!
Hey, look who's coming on the safari with us. Say hi, Benji.
Hi, Benji.
Say hi, Dylan. Say hi, Will.
Hi, Will.
Say hi, AJ.
Yo.
Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
Thank you in Swahili. Now the Swahili phrase we like to use here is Twinze. That means let's go. So welcome aboard everyone. My name's Austin. I'm going to be your safari guide today out here on the Wildlife Reserve. Now some safety things to keep in mind while we're out here. Make sure you keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. Make sure everybody stays fully seated. Now we're going to get started out here in the Little Atsuri Forest. Out here the animals like to use their natural colors to blend in with the thicker vegetation that's around them. They tend to be pretty shy and reclusive. So we're going to keep an eye out, see if we can spot as we make our way through here.
Riker, look at me.
Looks like we'll start on your right-hand side with the okapi out there. So the okapi with their hind legs being striped tends to trick everyone to thinking they're a close relative of the zebra, when in reality they're actually a pretty close relative of the giraffe, as they have a similarly shaped head as a giraffe, as well as the long tongues giraffes are known for having. Now the okapi is a very shy animal. They're well known throughout Central Africa, but anyone outside of Africa, they didn't actually know they existed until about 1901. Beforehand, it was actually considered to be a mythological creature. Keep moving along, see what else we can find out here. Click on our left, we are going to spot the black rhino out there. The black rhino is the smallest rhino in Africa, weighing somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 pounds when fully grown. They are known for their front triangular lip, which is pretty hensile, meaning finger-like. So they use their lip to help grab at their food as they browse around the forest. Now they are a solitary animal, so they will typically be found living on their own. But the females can occasionally be found in a smaller group with just their offspring. And the males can be sometimes found in the same area as one another, as their territory will overlap toward the edges. We'll keep moving along here. It looks like on our right side we're going to come across the saddle-billed stork. The saddle-billed stork gets their name from the yellow coloration on their bill that kind of looks like someone placed a saddle on it. They can stand up to about 5 feet tall, and their wingspan gets up to 9 feet wide, which is as wide as the canopy above your head. And also on your left you might spot that bongo kind of hiding over there in the shade. The bongo is nicknamed the ghost of the forest due to their reclusive nature. Their horns are angled back slightly, that way they don't get caught in the thicker vegetation that's around them. Now we have made it to the end of the forest, and we're making our way into the Safi River section of the reserve. Out here the animals like to stay in or around the water most of the time. We'll keep an eye on the water as we make our way along the river. See if we can spot anything out here. It looks like on our right hand side we are going to spot some pink-backed pelicans out here. Now, the pink-backed pelican, as you can probably guess from their names, are well known for their pink backs, and their backs will actually get brighter during their mating season. Now they are colonial nesters, so you'll find them living in groups of pairs, anywhere between 20 to about 250 pairs in a single group. So you can find about 500 of them all together. And their wingspan on average can get anywhere between 7 to 9 feet wide. We'll keep moving along, see what else we can spot along with the river here. Not spotting too much around here. It does look like on our left-hand side we are going to spot some Nile crocodiles out there. The Nile crocs are anywhere between 10 to 20 feet long.
Look, it's the elusive keeper.
The giraffe is tall. The Nile crocs are known to be very loving parents. Actually, all raise their mouths slowly rolling around in a very like of the river. We're making our way towards the largest section of the reserve, which is the savanna. Now the savanna is going to be home to the animals you think of most when you think of African animals, such as giraffes and zebras. Now there are some animals that call the savanna their home, some of which you may have never even seen or heard of before. We'll make our way down off the overlook here, see if we can spot once we're down there. Now as we make this turn here on the right, we are going to spot this funny looking tree. Kind of looks like it's been planted upside down. It is meant to look like that. It's known as the baobab tree. And the reason it has an upside down appearance is because it actually won't grow any leaves for roughly 9 months out of the year. And it never can conserve its own water, which is also why the trunk of the tree is so large, so it can store and hold as much water as possible. That way it can survive any drought that might happen. Now we're going to be making our way down here. Looks like we're going to come across a couple of different animals as we make our way down onto the savanna here. So first to our right side we'll spot the Ankole cattle here. They do have some pretty large horns. Each of their horns get up to about 3 to 4 feet in length. They don't actually weigh that much. Their horns are only about 10 pounds each. That's because they have a honeycomb-like structure inside them that keep them pretty hollow. And you've also saw those Maasai giraffes out there. The Maasai giraffe can stand anywhere between 16 to 20 feet tall. The reason we know they are the Maasai giraffes are from those patches on their coat. If you're able to get a bit closer to them, you'll notice their patches are very rough and jagged. That'll help set them apart from the other species of giraffes. Now the Ankole cattle here are also known as Watusi cattle, as they were first domesticated by the Watusi tribe in Africa. They kept them as a sign of wealth due to how large their horns could get. So the more they had, the wealthier they were. As we continue along here, it looks like over on our right you can spot that eland standing on their own there. The eland is one of the largest antelopes in the world. The males can stand up to about 6 feet tall at their shoulders once fully grown. And it looks like on the left here we'll spot 2 different animals. First, back behind the bushes here, you can spot those 3 sable antelopes resting together. And then you can spot those wildebeest. Sable antelope's horns will grow in an arc towards their backside as they'll use them to defend themselves. And the wildebeest are well known for their migrating habits. On average, every year, about 1.5 million of them will migrate anywhere between 500 and 1,000 miles. Better look at the eland on the right side there. Now you'll notice that flap of skin hanging down from their neck. That's known as a dewlap. It's to help them regulate their body temperature. As the blood flows through that thin piece of skin, it'll cool off, kind of a way for them to dissipate a lot of their heat during these hotter days. A lot of the animals around the savanna do have a dewlap, but they're not typically as obvious as that on the eland. Now the dewlaps for the eland is also how you can tell males and females apart just from looking at them. That was the male we saw that had that larger dewlap. The females will tend to have a much smaller one. Now look at the Maasai giraffes here on the left-hand side. And a group of these giraffes is known as a tower, which makes sense given their towering height. They're not only known for their tall heights, but also their fairly long tongue. The tongues of the giraffe can get up to about 18 inches long on average. They'll use it to help reach for some higher tree branches that they can't quite reach just with their heights alone.
Both
The
of
tongues
them.
are also this dark, kind of grayish, blackish color. That way as they're reaching for their food throughout the day, their tongues don't get easily sunburned.
We've done this before.
It looks like our friends here have stepped into the road, but I think there's some more animals blocking the road a bit further ahead. So hopefully that gives them time to kind of clear on out of the path here while we wait.
We have done this.
On your left you can see that Maasai giraffe running down the hill
He's
there.
running.
Now even though they are quite large, they can get up some pretty...
He's chasing you.
Some pretty decent speeds. When they're jogging over a long distance, they only get up to about 10 miles an hour. But if you ever see a giraffe in a full sprint, they can get to speeds up to 30 miles an hour. Yeah, it sounds like one of the trucks up ahead said that they got an animal in the road in front of them, so we'll just be sitting tight. And our giraffes here, plenty of time to kind of clear on out for the road here. I think we might get moving here, but those 2 that were in front of us a moment ago, I believe, are still walking along the path there. They might be following the warden in that direction.
We're back on the safari. Oh look, and there's another one in front of us.
Yep, there's another one.
And another one.
Looks like we passed by a couple more of them out here. One on our right, 3 on our left hand. 2 really close to us.
That's so
make our way on out of the giraffe area here to another area of the savannah. I'm noticing a lot of trees are knocked over up ahead, which is typically a good sign that you're in elephant territory. Those elephants are going to knock trees over as a way to get to the food at the top of them. So we'll keep an eye out, see if we can spot any of them around here.
I think the closest we'll ever get to that is like the San Diego Zoo or something.
Yes, that's what I said. That's the closest one.
Not spotting anything as we keep moving along. On your left, you might have caught a quick glimpse at the mandrill monkey there. And then I believe on our right, I thought I spotted an African elephant up there. Real quick, that mandrill monkey, if you saw it real quick, is the largest of the monkeys. The male is like the one you saw walking along there, get up to about 100 pounds once fully grown. There's the African elephant up the hill there. Not the best view of them. It's kind of blocked, unfortunately. The African elephant, well known for their trunks. Their trunks are prehensile, meaning finger-like, so you can use their trunks to help grab at things like their food to bring up to their mouth. They will also use their trunks to grab dirt and mud to toss onto their backside, as they are known to have very sensitive skin, and the dirt and the mud will act like a natural sunscreen for them throughout the day. Now, our conservation team actually learned that because of the African elephant's sensitive skin, that they're actually scared of bees. You see, farmers in Kenya have been having trouble with elephants raiding their crops due to human encroachment on elephant territory. And unfortunately, they've returning to poaching the elephants to keep them away. So to help out those elephants, to help out those farmers, our teams will start planting some beehives on the edges of their fences. That way, as the elephants got closer, they would hear those bees using their keen sense of hearing, then they would actually steer clear of the farm, saving the farmer their crops, which would in turn save the elephants from being poached. Even gave the farmers the added benefit of being able to sell the honey that the bees produced.
And if I'm not mistaken, you can buy that honey, and I'll put a link in the description in the below so that you can try to get some of that conservation honey. It's pretty cool. They show a video about it on the Disney Nature channel that plays in the rooms.
See if we can make our way towards them. We seem to be pretty far out, so I don't think we will, but we'll see. The African elephant does live in a matriarch society, which means they're led by an older female of the group. And a herd of the elephants is usually made up of mostly female elephants.
Controls the gates.
Once the males reach a certain age, will actually leave the herd to live most of their adult lives on their own. They will occasionally join back up with a herd. Now we're passing some more baobab trees. And like I said earlier, these trees store a lot of water in them. The animals are aware of that. So during drought season, if they can't find water, they'll go to the baobab tree, see if they can get access to the water stored inside. An animal like the elephant will even use their tusks to pierce holes into the trunks of the tree to get access to that water. Because of this, the baobab tree is also nicknamed the Tree of Life. Looks like just up ahead here, we're also going to come across some greater flamingos. They'll be coming up on our left side here in just a moment. The greater flamingo is well known for that pink color. They do get that color from their diet. Their diet consists of brine shrimp, which is high in beta-carotene. And that beta-carotene is what will turn their feathers that pink color. Now the greater flamingos are the largest of the flamingos, as well as the lightest colored of the flamingos. And a group of them is known as a flamboyance. We'll make our way to one more area of the savannah to see what else we can find.
It certainly is.
Pretty good luck so far. So hopefully that'll continue as we make our way through here. Which it looks like it will. So as we make this turn on in here, we are going to spot some white rhinos up ahead. They're going to be to our left-hand side. The white rhinos are the largest of the rhinos, weighing somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000 pounds once fully grown. They are known to have very sensitive skin. They're going to roll around in mud wallows to protect themselves and their skin throughout the day. Now, the white rhinos actually got their name from a mistranslation. The Dutch Afrikaans word for them was white rhino, which stood for wide, as they have a very wide mouth. Our English translators misheard the word white for the color white hence they are now known as the white rhinos.
White rhino.
As we make our turn on the left here, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a cheetah resting there. They just picked their head up. They're kind of back there right in the center of the hill. The cheetah is the fastest land mammal on Earth, getting a speed up to 60 miles an hour in just under
Very hard to see
3
them up there.
So they can't hold that top speed for very long. Only roughly a few hundred yards before they start to slow down. They do also have some black streaks that run from the inside of their eyes down to their mouth to help with the sun's glare throughout the day, as they'll do most of their hunting during the daytime. Now we're going to make our way towards the Kofi Rock Formation up ahead. This rock formation
right there next to that tree.
The animals is a way to survey the nearby area, and it provides a nice elevated lookout spot. So we'll circle around here, see if we can spot anything. Now I'm not seeing anything as we first come across the rock, so we'll kind of circle around, see if we have some more luck. Maybe they're just hiding on the other side or away in the bushes here. Not too surprising if they're hiding away in the shade somewhere, as it is pretty warm out. And just like us, the animals don't like to just sit in the direct sunlight all day. So we'll tend to look for the shadier regions to relax in. I'm not seeing anything around here at the moment. Actually, in the distance to our right here, you can spot a couple ostriches resting out there. You can kind of see them poking their heads up from the ground as they're resting. The ostrich is the fastest two-legged animal, getting the speeds up to 40 miles an hour. They are a flightless bird, despite the fact that they have wings. So rather than using their wings to fly, they use their wings to steer themselves as they run. We'll see if we can get another look at them in just a moment here. Not seeing anything on the rocks, so we'll circle on around back towards those ostriches. And it looks like as we do, we're also going to come across some warthogs here. They'll be to our left side, pretty close to us. The warthogs are a burrowing animal, but they're not typically going to dig their own burrows. They'll use naturally occurring ones, as well as ones left abandoned by other burrowing animals.
I was in
their
the
burrows and look
warthog.
back at them. That way their sharp tusks are always facing outwards in case they need to defend themselves. Some more white rhinos on Iona the Magadi Glen. Now the Glen's going to be home to our warden's outpost, and I know our warden has a herd of goats, so I'm not sure if they're going to be out and about. So we'll swing past the outpost, see if we're able to spot them before we make our way on back to the village. I think they're on the other side of the outpost, so they'll be on our left side as we make our way around here. So we'll come across some Nigerian dwarf goats. These goats only grow to be about 2 feet tall, which does make them the second smallest species of goat in the world. So even though they look quite small, it is them fully grown. They do have a great sense of balance, which makes them excellent climbers. Now they are known to be very social animals. Now they are going to spend most of their day just eating and resting. But now unfortunately these gates do mark the end of the reserve. But that's not the end of all the amazing animals you can find out there in the wild. I do encourage you, if you saw some of your favorites out here today, maybe even your new favorite, once you head home, try to look up some conservation funds that can help protect these animals or the environments that they live in. If you want to do something that feels a bit more personal and impactful on your local ecosystem, you can always plant a garden in your backyard and help out that way. Even something as simple as the 3 R's of reduce, reuse, and recycle. We just want to make sure that we're all doing our part protecting the environment and the incredible animals that inhabit them. That way they can all stick around for generations to come.
That's going to do it from the Kilimanjaro Safari, and you know what we like to say.
Don't forget to share the magic.
Main Street, party of 4.